The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate. What can you do to your house to lower the electricity bill? Also, 2026 right around the corner. What should you do when it comes to buying or selling real estate? It's just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power. Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, Justin Clark. A great show ahead today, but first, the opening statement. Let's not kid ourselves. We live in Florida. We have people who chase hurricanes, these contractors, these roofing companies who come down from Alaska and Minnesota when a storm comes through. You've got to be very careful when you hire a contractor, especially in this state. What can you do to make sure you're hiring the right contractor? And what can you do to make sure you don't get ripped off? Great questions we're going to answer by asking real questions. Kick it off today. My good buddy, the Vice President, Dan Brigman with Renewal by Andersen. Dan, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm doing great, Justin. Thanks.
This is true, right? There are some bad contractors out there. I have so many people that come into my law firm who want to sue someone who took advantage of them. Pool companies, roofing companies. It just happens. It happens in Florida. The reason why I have Renewal by Andersen on the show, the reason I have you in here is because what a great company, man.
Well, hey, I appreciate that. And you're absolutely right. I mean, almost every home we go into, we hear a story about somebody who's done a home improvement project, and somewhere along the way, either somebody didn't do what they said they were going to do, maybe they had a tailgate warranty, they took their money and ran. Just like you said, the stories are out there.
They really are. Another thing about Renewal by Andersen that I want to make sure you understand this. If you own a house, your windows are a little bit old. Windows are not the same. Your windows are better than some other of these companies out there. And a window is not a window. A window is different based on the quality of the window, and you guys have the best.
Yeah, I believe we do. And you've heard me say it before, and I don't expect folks to be window experts because really 50 feet away, they look the same. But when you get up on them, you begin to see and begin to feel the difference in a good quality window versus one that's not. We've got over 30 years. We've got over 33 patents on the Fibrex material, and our windows are reverse engineered to beat all the failures in the system.
Yeah, sometimes when I think about a company too, I think about the contact that you have with them. And when you send your design consultant to someone's house, I mean, literally they're going into people's houses. Your design, I don't know how you've done it, but the design consultants that you guys have, super knowledgeable, but when you see them too, you feel trustworthy and you want to let them in your house.
100%. First of all, we don't hire people who don't love people. Yeah. That's just part of who we are. We're people, we're product, and we're process. That's what we're all about. And it starts with our people. You're exactly right. When we go into the home, the first thing we want is we want to feel connected. We want you to feel, just by looking at us, you know that we're the company that you can trust to put windows in your home.
And you're always good enough to me and good enough to the audience here. When you come in, you always have something to offer my audience. And because you're the vice president, you can do that now, of course. But it's really nice, and the people who call, and they always call me and say what a great service you guys provided, but they also feel like they got a really good deal because they see you on the show. What do you have going on right now? It's the holiday season.
I'm almost nervous to say it because, we didn't do this last month, yeah. And I want to call it a little secret Santa gift, right? So we have a great promo going on, our buy one, get 40 off, but we also have, and I hope I don't get in trouble, but you can buy 6 windows and you can get your 7th one free. Oh. And if you buy 11 windows, you can get your 12th one free. And so there's a lot of cool things that are going on this month, and we're going to surprise you with some really cool stuff when we show up at your house.
If you own a house, it means you have windows, or if not, it'd be a very unusual house, I guess, or a cave, maybe even. You have windows, and you need to have your windows checked out. It's about safety. It's also about saving money, though, on your electricity bill. The electricity bills in Florida are out of control, especially in the summertime. Whereas, Dan, when we get new windows, what is that going to do to my electricity bill?
Yeah, you're going to automatically see a drop in your energy bill. Most of your home, you'll be surprised, over 25% of your home is glass. And so what that means is you got to really keep the heat out. Windows in general, the standard builder grade window, the energy efficiency on that window is going to dissipate over time. In other words, it gets less energy efficient over time. When you have a Renewal by Andersen window, we're going to guarantee the same energy efficiency of that window the day you put it in 20 years from now. And what that means to you, let's just use a crazy number. I think I've heard you say before you had about a $600 or $700 energy bill. You have a nice home, and so with that in mind, and if you've got builder grade windows, you're gonna save easily $200 or $300 on that bill, and so a lot of money.
And you guys obviously have the buying power, and you have the power to make people have a payment for these windows that is very low interest rates because of your buying power. I've seen people, I've had you call me before and tell me that with the money they're saving on the electricity bill, it's almost like getting the windows for free, which is hard to believe, but I've seen it happen.
Yeah, over time, that's definitely a true statement. And I can tell you that the finance plans and the easy pay plans that we have, they're designed to fit your budget. Look, we don't want to come out and take food off of your table. What we want to do is we want to provide a solution for you that's comfortable, that you can brag to your friends about and say, hey, look, this is affordable.
You're not off the hook yet. I have more questions for you, but I want you to know there's a QR code on the screen for you. All you have to do is take out your phone, right? Renewal by Andersen will come to your house and evaluate your windows and help you determine, number one, do you need new windows? Number two, if you do need new windows, what kind of windows do you need? Some people don't know when it's time. It's weird because if your roof is leaking, you know you got a roof problem. Sometimes with windows, you don't necessarily know there's a problem. How do I know it's time to call?
Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways that you can look at. One way we talked about earlier about our energy bill. So if you think your energy bill is excessively high, you probably have windows that aren't doing their job. Another way you can tell is maybe you have one room in the house that's a little warm, and maybe you have a room that's not. So you have different temperatures throughout the house. Yeah. Another way you can begin to tell is when you look around the edge of your windows. We have a lot of rain in Florida, right? We have a lot of humidity in the morning times. That begins to penetrate around the sides of the windows, and you can begin to see that browning. And last but not least, if you have a rainstorm or a windy day, you can hear those windows rattling. And so those are just a few simple ways. And the best way is obviously call one of the experts out. We can take a look at them. Look, if you don't need windows, we're not going to sell you any windows.
You know, the new windows, I think, really increase the value of your home. I think it makes your home look more beautiful, but even more so for me, especially as a father to two young daughters, safety, Dan. We're talking about safety, not only safety in a hurricane because you don't want the glass blowing out, obviously, safety from intruders as well.
Absolutely. And you heard me talk about patents earlier. One of our famous patents is our interlocking meeting rail. And what that means to a homeowner like you who has kids, you're sleeping in the middle of the night. There used to be something called kniving in Orlando where you take knives and try to cut out the glazing around windows. First of all, you can't do that on an RMA window, but you also cannot stick a knife up where the lock is and turn the locking mechanism around. All of that is been reverse engineered, so you cannot break in by that method.
I love it. Dan Brigman, always a great job. Good to see you, my brother.
Yep.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Merry Christmas. QR code on the screen for Renewal by Andersen right now. It costs nothing to have them come out there. It's really a good process, too. I mean, the process is actually fun, especially if you decide to get new windows. The design piece of it is actually, it's a lot of fun. It's not stressful at all. But what I really love is because I don't necessarily love to stroke a big check. I like the payment plans that they offer, and because they're such a big company, they have very, very low interest rates as well. Check out Renewal by Andersen today. Stick around. You Have Real Estate continues. It's almost hard to believe to me that 2 days ago I was standing here.
Yeah.
Actually, I wasn't, because I was miserable out here. When I would walk outside to this back area here, it was kind of depressing, honestly. How did it make you feel?
I mean, it was pretty depressing. I spend a lot of time at home. I work from home a lot, and I have to look out, and there was dirt, but not anymore.
And now
And now,
It's amazing. I'm about to go putt right now and show you how good of a putter I am.
literally, I don't think I've stopped looking outside since the moment we got this turf. But it didn't just happen, well, it basically did kind of happen overnight. It was a 2-day max process. Ryan, joined by Ryan, per
He's
usual.
the one. He's the magician here.
He is the
He's
magician.
the one that made this happen.
He did, and his amazing crew.
So after the initial consultation, you guys signed up. We got our crews motivated and rolling. We got them here. First day was basically all the excavation and haul away and a little bit of irrigation repair that we unexpectedly found.
Yes.
And then from there, they laid all the base, they put the turf in, and as you can see, we got the putting green cut in, we've got some stepping stones in the back. So
It looks amazing.
We've already had like 4 neighbors come over because they're like, oh my gosh, like I have seen the Delaturf sign outside. I want to see what they did, and they just love it. I think people are literally going to be under our yard all the time, including you.
And I think the finished product, obviously, Ryan, is super important, maybe the most important part. But for me, too, and I don't know how you do it, but the crew that you send over, they're fantastic. When I first saw you, when I got here today, I said, thank you so much for the guys you sent over, because they were fantastic. How do you keep such a great crew?
We pay them well.
That makes sense.
But no, they are really good guys. All of our crews have been with us for quite a while now. And we do have project managers on each site as well. So that way, if anything does maybe happen or come up, they are calling their salesman saying, hey, this has happened, and the sales guys are on it. So then we can come out and address any little issues that may arise at that time.
And one of the other things I loved about your crew is they were so clean. Like I was telling you earlier, I was like, oh my gosh, like, there could be like dust and stuff, but they cleaned up after themselves. They were so sweet, and they got the job done, and now I'm a happy camper.
And if she's saying she's OCD, like
I am,
crazy,
no, seriously, like
if
if it's messy, I'm not good with it.
Very cognizant of
No,
of
that's a
cleaning
really
up
big
after
deal. You're gonna let someone into your home and literally like build you something beautiful, and then they cleaned up. It was like a win-win. What do you say we hit some balls?
I'm ready. I mean, look, I'm ready. I don't know if you are.
Guess we'll find out. Ryan, you ready?
I'm ready.
Welcome back to the show. The relationship between real estate agent, broker, and title company is a very important one, I think, because at the end of the day, if you're buying or selling, you want to get to the closing table and you want it to go smoothly. These two work well together. Vivian Lehman is here. Hi, Vivian. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, the whole deal.
The whole thing.
Mark Dominguez, real estate agent and title guy. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you for having me back. Appreciate it.
So, real estate agents, they work hard, obviously. It gets a little stressful as the closing's coming up, when things happen. How do you stay so calm as the title guy, making sure we get to the closing table?
Well, it's really being at the forefront of everything. It's open communication, trying to be there, tackling things ahead of things, and being proactive rather than reactive to situations.
Yeah. Vivian, what do you think? It's stressful here at the end. How important is the title company?
It's very stressful, especially if there's no communication, like you said. I think the biggest thing that we rely on is, if I need an answer today, please don't tell me in 24 hours, I'll get back to you.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way. There's a lot of things that they have to do that we need to know that they got done for the deal to work.
Sometimes real estate agents can be a little demanding, I heard. Is that true?
They can be, yes, you're right. They can be sometimes calling in after hours and everything, but that's our job. We're here to be a resource to help them, ultimately to help the client and the customer.
And at the end of the day, you're getting yelled at by your client too, who's stressed out.
Absolutely. So I get to yell at him.
Exactly. It all works together for sure. You also, though, have the benefit of being a real estate agent yourself and the title guy. How does that help you when you understand both sides of it?
Well, I think my job is to help the client market their property.
Right.
And really that's what the crux of the real estate game is, to market the property to help get the seller get their property sold faster and quicker for the most amount of money.
For sure. Speaking of properties, we had a bunch of listings here. I want to go through these quickly. And this is a neighborhood you and I both know very well. I know the seller too, great guy. Cherry Ridge Drive in Heathrow. Tell me about this one.
So this home is a 3-2 with a pool, and like you said, it's in beautiful gated Heathrow, which is a golf course community. This home specifically has a small little putting green too, which is kind of cool. Yes. The home does need a little bit of TLC at this point, but we have it marketed at $600,000. I have to mention that because a couple of months ago, right down the street, we had another house that sold for $700,000.
Really?
Exact same home with a pool. So that means there's some equity here.
Instant
so
equity.
Call me.
I like it very much. Staying in Seminole County, but over to Oviedo. Tell me about this one. McKinnon, I think.
This is a great home for somebody that is looking in a family-oriented neighborhood. This is in Alafaya Woods. It's a 3-2, fully fenced, all interior has been freshly painted, ready to move in.
Got it. Mark, I think you have a couple of listings you'd like to talk about as well, and you're with LPT. I know Robert very well. What a great company. They're blowing up.
It is. That's what I mentioned before. It's about the marketing to help the customer get their property sold. So that's what the premise and the platform is, to give the agent the choice to help their client best.
Let me ask you a question about closing too, though. So as we're 2-3 days before closing, what are the things that happen that prevent closing? Is it insurance issues? What are the main things that you see happen that actually prevent us from getting to the closing table?
Sometimes there may be an open permit, so that has been closed by a contractor, so you need an inspection by the municipality. A lien that's popped up, things like that. That's where we have to be proactive and make sure we're constantly doing our homework.
Yeah, as a title person, is it your job to help fix these problems or someone else's job?
It's always our job.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So we're here to, as I say, as ad nauseum, just be open with the communication, so this way we're finding things out sooner rather than later.
Got it. Well, you're doing a great job, obviously. Now let's go over to beautiful Mount Dora, Vivian, Lake County. I haven't been to Mount Dora in a long time, and I don't know why. It's a great little town.
Especially during the holidays.
I know.
It's so
Michaela,
nice.
Mount Dora, please. All right, she said yes.
On the calendar. Done. So this home is minutes from downtown Mount Dora. It is a 1.5 with an open pool, fully fenced. Again, they've fixed the inside, fully painted. This is a great little home because it's close to the highways, close to Mount Dora, and you could even walk there if you wanted to. I
love it. If you'd like to see any of these properties, Vivian will show them to you today. 407-205-0400. And lastly, down in Orlando, talk to me, Viv.
So this one is a condo, but it's in a townhouse type community. It backs up to a little lake. It is a 2.5, and it has a 2-car garage, and again, ready to move in for the holidays.
Yeah. As we're at the end of the year, obviously it's holiday season. I always like to look ahead to next year because people are going to make real estate decisions for next year. And I also think it's important to look a year in review. Let's look back at 2025. Looking back, how would you have described this market, Mark, in 2025?
Obviously, it's a challenging market. A lot of uncertainty. People were most common thread, I think, is the affordability of homes for people. So I think that's the theme that resonated a lot in 2025.
Viv, 2025 year in review.
I think it was a great adjustment because we were coming from a seller's market into a buyer's market. We have more inventory, there's more options for buyers, and the rates are favorable at this point. So it's a perfect storm to get back into the game and do something with your home.
As we sit here today, are we a buyer's market or seller's market?
Buyers.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So we're officially in a buyer's market, in your opinion?
Yes, we are.
Wow. What do you think, Mark?
I totally agree. There's a lot of value. There's some good inventory. So if you have something you like, snatch it up.
Do you feel there are a lot of buyers that are still sitting on the sidelines because of interest rates being high?
Yes, but I see them coming out of the woodwork for sure because of the rates. Yeah.
I got to tell you, I think next year is going to be gangbusters. I think we're going to have a really, really solid positive year. I don't see the prices come. I don't really think the prices are going to come down anymore. What do you think? You can disagree with me. You're allowed to.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be adjustment on the seller's side. You're going to see the bounce in prices. If it sits on the market for more than 60 days, you're going to see that price adjustment for sure.
Sellers are having to paint the house again. It's about time.
Exactly.
They didn't have to do anything for 3 years.
Exactly.
Awesome. Mark, always good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming in. Vivian, great job as always. If you want to see her property, she'll show them to you this weekend.
Yes.
Very quick break. You Have Real Estate continues. Welcome back to the show. So your New Year's resolution is going to be, I want to buy some investment real estate. You own a house, family lives there, but you've never gotten into investing in real estate. A lot of us are like that. You got to start somewhere. Justin, what should I do? How do I start in investing in real estate, and where do I start? Let's go with Elisha Lopez. Is it real estate? I got to
real broker, but we just say. Well, I guess we should say the real broker part.
Let's figure this out first, because
Yes.
I don't want to. Even last show, I was like, I don't know what to call. Is it real? What should I say? Real
broker. So
real
it's
broker?
Real Broker LLC, but we'll just say Real Broker.
Elisha Lopez with Real Broker. Now we
Yes.
got it figured out. What should I do? My New Year's resolution is to get into investing in real estate. How do I start?
Call me.
Call Elisha. There you go.
Super simple, yes. And I think it's super important that anyone that is getting into investing in real estate to make sure that the agent that they work with has actually invested in real estate themselves. Because it's really hard to teach someone something or help someone with something that you don't have any experience doing on your own.
So question number one is always going to be, should I buy a condo, house, townhouse? Well, how do you answer that?
Personally, I believe that the single family home is going to be your best bet. And that's different if you're going to go and buy an apartment building,
Yeah,
right?
there you
I mean,
go.
like, that's a lot of doors at once. That's awesome. But usually you're going to start with a single family home in an area that there's no HOA. Because with condos, sometimes condos have 3 HOAs.
Sure.
And you think like, oh, I'm getting a great deal on the condo, but 3 HOAs, like, they're going to go up. And the next thing you know, you have zero profit just because you thought you were getting a good deal on the purchase price. And that's, again, with the agent you're working with, like, they should be educating the buyer on that.
Then the next question they're going to have to answer is, do I want to flip or do I want to rent it out? How do we answer that question?
That one, I think, is also personal preference, because some investors don't want to be a landlord. Now, of course, property management, which, you know, my team, we
Yes,
handle
of
all
course.
of that, but it just depends on what you want to do with it. Now, if you're going to flip it and there's not a huge profit margin, obviously renting it out is going to be the way to go, because over time you will end up making more money in the future.
Yeah. Let's say I do want to buy an investment real estate to flip, right? And I don't want to hold it for 2 years. I want to flip it. You see all these TV shows about house flippers or whatever, and they always make a profit. It's not that easy, Elisha. What do I need to really be thinking about when I'm buying investment real estate to flip?
Again, it all is experience. So your crew, because it's very easy to, let's say, hire a handyman, and they swear they've done it all before, and they give you examples of their work, all those things, and yeah, they're just awful. It's hard to find good work, but when you have your crew, a good team, I mean, that's going to be huge to be able to increase your bottom line.
And location, also very important. And obviously you're the queen of Ocala, Marion County, really northern Florida real estate. The bang for your buck in Marion County versus, say, Orange County is completely and totally different. I've seen people start with buying 2 houses in Ocala versus buying 1 in Orlando.
Yeah, the difference in price, Marion County to Orange County, like let's say, you know, like a starter home, 3-2, 2-car garage, 1/4 acre, it's almost a 50% difference. It's less in Marion County than it is in Orange County. I mean, that's just a no-brainer. If you're going to go buy an investment property in Orange County, you just go buy 2 in Marion County, and you'll get there faster.
Yeah, it's weird. Life is weird. People in Miami think Orlando's kind of the suburbs. Orlando people think Ocala's the suburbs, and Ocala people feel like it's already grown up as well, and they're looking outside of Ocala. And I always go back to Levy County with you. I'm bullish on the future of Levy County. I think it's going to be a great place for people to invest. Tell me about Levy County.
So Levy's this little, like, desolate area between Marion County and Alachua. So, you know, in Alachua you have Gainesville, University of Florida, Shands, all of those things which have always been super popular. Marion County has been growing exponentially for so many years, but it's common sense in a way that you have 2 like booming areas, and whatever's in the middle, that's where people run to get the most bang for their buck.
How can I hook up with you? Will you send me listings as they come live? I want to start investing. I want to invest with you. How can I make that happen?
Scan the QR code.
Okay.
It's like somewhere around here, right?
Yes, it is.
And just, you know, connect and reach out and say what it is that they're trying to accomplish, and then like from that moment on, we'll just set up an appointment so I can figure out exactly how I can help them, and if I need to connect them with, you know, someone on my team, whatever it is. But we'll figure it out. It's
Happy
like a puzzle.
holidays.
Thank you. Happy
Always a
holidays
pleasure to see you.
too.
QR code on the screen for Elisha Lopez. Are you a Thanksgiving or Christmas person? You can say both. I like
love
both too.
It. Yes.
That one over there doesn't like Thanksgiving.
Well,
I know she judges me for loving Thanksgiving, but I love Christmas as well.
I love it all. It's just homey and cozy. Yeah.
Thank you to our amazing guest, our wonderful crew. Most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.